So I walk with him. I walk with God.
I got half my mind, gone half the time. Other half I'm blind, but it's by design. I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God.
I live my life, and don't think twice. Stand for my rights,
that's right,
cause that's my right. I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God.
I literally don't know what's up with me. Rapping has been such a crutch for me. I probably take it too seriously. They listen but they don't be hearing me. My homie burnt up in the SUV. He screamed for his life and got empathy. The rescuer tried but it's sympathy couldn't keep you alive, you a memory. I hope when I make it to heaven I see all the people that we took for granted. I'm not a glutton for punishment, I don't think everyone need reprimanding. The people that we take for granted or put in our life for examples. So when I make it to heaven, I hope to tell you all that I understand this. Blind raised these children, don't know if a million feel it. Where I'm at, they not. Too far to catch up with them. I speak to her, she willing. I don't care what they say. No, I don't want sex love. No, your boy ain't thirsty. I just won't keep it real. I don't care who you are, I don't care how you feel, I don't care what you say, I don't care who they is, I don't care if you mad, you ain't the boss of me. No siree, no siree. Honestly, I shouldn't listen if you ain't make heaven, my life ain't affected. Honestly, God is expecting somebody be real even if they reject it. I got half my mind, gone half the time. Other half I'm blind, but it's by design. I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God.
I live my life, and don't think twice. Stand for my rights,
that's right,
cause that's my right. I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God. Jesus walks, so I walk with him. I'm feeling different now. Must be my reasons. I've got 2 kids, a mortgage, and a car note. And feel some type of way, but that chick trying me for child support. Anyways, lace up my kicks, it's time for flight. Take off. I walk with faith and not by sight. You know it. No need to ask him why. I know he got my best in mind, so I can keep cool every night. Alright, so I'ma keep trotting along with my song. Keep walking and let his joy fill me like all day long. All day, and cast my worries away. Cause I trust God every single day. Every day, all day. Take time, celebrate. Got too much love just to live with hate. 10 out of 10 choose real over fate. Plot twist, careful who you give your heart to. You might get stabbed in the back and betrayed with a kiss. And then I do.
I got half my mind, gone half the time. Other half I'm blind, but it's by design. I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God, I walk with God.
I live my life, and don't think twice. Stand for my rights,
that's right,
cause that's my right. I walk with God, 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 I walk with God.
Hey, 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 hey.
803 Music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Why are you killing each other? It doesn't make any sense. I know that these streets are crazy, but you got a life to live. If not for you, it's your family, or maybe all of your friends. Come give your life to Jesus, so turn away from all your sins. But you say you're too deep in this madness, and there's no way of escape. The dirt is too grimy upon you, so thick like the icing on cake. Or how could a God even love you? You feel like you'll never be clean, but he'll clean all that dirt up above you, so the real you can finally be seen. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender all. Give your life to the Lord. Surrender all. Give your fool you. You ain't gotta be a hard. There's no need for opposition. Leave another family scarred. There's so many other options. To help a neighborhood that's rough. Make a peace pact to end this. And show that enough is enough. But you say you're too deep in this madness, and there's no way of escape. The dirt is too grimy upon you. So thick like the icing on cake. Or how could a God even love you? If you feel like you'll never be clean, when you'll clean all that dirt up off you. So the real you can finally be seen. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender all. When you give your life to Him, give your life to the Lord. Surrender all. It's so easy to be seen. Give your life to Jesus. That Jesus is the only way to the Lord. Surrender your all to Him. Think about what you do, what it do. You really know what it's worth. Cause time is really short. Yeah. Down here on this earth, the life that you live comes with a heavy price. But no price was heavier than Jesus gave His life. Yes, He gave. So you can be free. All of your sin, confessing out with the old. So there's new life, yeah. You are designed for a purpose by God. So give Him your heart. Give your life to Jesus. Surrender, yeah. Surrender your all to. Give your life to the Lord. He's standing with arms open wide. Give your life to Jesus. Yeah. Saying, come unto me, all that are heavy laden. Give your life
Lord, I need to talk to you. Lord, I was blind to the streets until you opened my eyes and let me see. It wasn't about the sight, it was all about the faith in me. You showed me a different place I could lay my head and plant my feet. I didn't listen, started trapping, trying to make ends meet. So-called friends turned their back, cause they hated to see me eating. Started robbing and stealing when they were thugs on the block. Couple of times I can remember when I almost got shot. God, I knew it was you. You sent your angels racing down, hit me doors, them bullets got me to a better and safe spot. That's why I pray. Bow my head to you every day, and now you all a young G guy I could really just lean on. Change my life forever, man, I gotta say I love you. Change my life forever, man, I gotta say I love you. I worship you forever, there'll never be another. One God, one King, that's all a young G know. Yeah. That's why each and every night I pray, I learn to pray harder. No matter good or bad, young G, pray harder. No matter what you're going through, you gotta pray harder. The struggle gets real, but you gotta pray harder. Sometimes you wanna give up, but you gotta pray harder. My sister's going through it, but you gotta pray harder. Let's put ourselves closer to God and hear me pray harder.
Chin up, chest out. Used to be down and out, but I'm blessed now. Used to dream about it, now I live it. Used to beg for it, now I get it. I remember hard times, that was long ago. I write raw rhymes, that's all I know. I do it cause I love it, there's no one else above it. No need for me to worry cause God got me covered. I know it don't look like it, but He got you. Have faith, let no man knock you. God got it all, writing on the wall. Might stumble a bit, but you won't fall. Through it all, I gotta say I'm blessed. I do what I can, God got the rest. Pray more, worry less. He protect it like a bulletproof vest.
Every night I pray, I learn to pray harder. No matter good or bad, young G, pray harder. No matter what you're going through, you gotta pray harder. It's real, but you gotta pray harder. Sometimes you wanna give up, but you gotta pray harder. My sister's going through it, but you gotta pray harder. Let's pull ourselves closer to God and hear me pray harder.
It's all good though. Baller, you did it, I seen it happen. We hustle the same hood, bro. I just so happened to flip my rap into good dough. He just so happened to take me up out the hood though. TG where the fruit is sweet. But the snakes in the garden, put them under our feet. If they screaming offside, we gon' push repeat. 3 shots in the air for the OGP. Priest of the North, I lit the cross. If they say anything else, then they lost. It was like 95, I wasn't boss. I bend my knee to the cross, now I'm done. I bend my knee to the cross, now I'm blessed. Look at my history, look at my mess. Look at my victory, look at my stress. Look, I have none, look, I have rest.
That's why each and every night I pray, I learn to pray harder. No matter good or bad, young G, pray harder. No matter what you're going through, you gotta pray harder. The struggle is real, but you gotta pray harder. Sometimes you wanna give up, but you gotta pray harder. My sister's going through it, but you gotta pray harder. Let's pull ourselves closer to God and we pray harder. Harder, harder.
Everybody, this is Nickels Hawkeye, and I am in the building with new Grapetree Radio. Well, actually, no, this is not the radio. This is the podcast, and this is how we do. I am looking to see if ZIGG Madison is able to connect to us live here, and apparently he's having a little bit of trouble here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play his song. It's called Dark Side, and it's on the Heavens Hip Hop Volume 1 compilation called In the Beginning. And this is one of the songs that we've been playing on the radio station and really like around the office here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is Dark Side by ZIGG Madison. Hope you like it. Peace.
I ain't too proud to say somebody pray for me. Dad self, ZIGG Madison. Is it trade when we live in evil? Yeah. Male good cause I'm standing lethal. Yeah. On the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus come set me free. Can somebody pray for me? 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 Pray for me. On the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus gonna set me free. Jesus gonna set me free. Please. Can somebody pray for me? 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 I'm feeling I still got some dirt on me. The ways of the world has a hold of me. I'm knowing the truth, but it's bluffing. The yoke of the flesh is controlling me. Ignoring the spirit is living be. Not walking the truth cause I'm sinning see. Have mercy on me, I'm on bending knees. Yeah, and thoughts about doing evil. Assigning their brands a tickling symbol. Not walking in love cause I'm holding grudges. The struggle is real and not feeling nothing. Rejection reply cause I'm scared to trust it. Shut down mode, no discussion. Not waiting no God cause I stayed in rushing. Another one failed and I keep on judging. Man, like I'm living my life right. God puts me on silence. No faith walking by sight. Cause I'm acting on violence. I backslid on some other stuff. I'm in sin like a double dutch. Gotta jump out cause I don't have enough. Cause I can't move cause I'm handcuffed. Yeah. Look, I'm driven by pride. I'm living a lie. Desiring to change cause I'm dying inside. Needing repentance. Hope God is in the deliverance. Forgiveness. Your love covers the multitude. Society say I'm a menace. Isn't trade when we live in evil. Yeah. Male good cause I'm standing lethal. Yeah. On the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus come set me free. Can somebody pray for me? 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 Pray for me. On the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus come set me free. Can somebody pray for me? Can somebody pray for me? Not mentally stressed how I'm living, see. Cause spiritually, I'm not where I need to be. To have the ability to seek in serenity. The church not the enemy. The wages to sin not the death of me. But I'm talking the pedigree. And those about being blood. We stacking ourselves up out the mud. We're ready for murder and shedding blood. So one of our drawing the red book. We're flipping the right way, it probably hangs. I'm out of his way and against the grain. Not moving the cane, but becoming Cain. Not believing that Jesus is breaking chains. Got a pink slip from my 9 to 5. God, they tripping. Gotta die to self like a 9 to 5. I'm working the mission. Reaching tough kids in these tough places. More strapped with them blue laces. Some home to them red bases. Very active with them pin the case. Yeah. That's real. Make an impact like Biggie.
R.I.P. B.I.G.
I wanna serve the people like Nips.
R.I.P.
Lord, in need of your grace, I already compromised. Please forgive me for all my sins, for taking the step to the dark side. It's a trade when we live in evil. Yeah. Male good cause I'm standing lethal. Yeah. On the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus come set me free. Can somebody pray for me?
Can somebody pray for me? Can somebody pray for me?
Can somebody pray for me?
Can somebody pray for me? Pray for me.
I'm on the dark side of this cave, enslaved. Jesus come set me free.
Can set me free, please.
Can somebody pray for me?
That was ZIGG Madison with Dark Side right here on the podcast. This podcast is kind of in lieu of the of the radio station. The radio station is for some reason not happening at the moment, and so we're trying to get ZIGG Madison up here. He's having a little bit of trouble joining in, so we might just have to play some music. Imagine that. I've got all the gizmos going in the background, all of my video games and such. Got a few beats playing, and yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I do apologize on behalf of New Grapetree Records. Anyway, I'm looking at all the comments here. I tried to flash most of them up here. Ronnie Campa says, Grapetree fan since 1997. That's a long time. And he also says that he has all of his CDs. And also, Lil Rascal himself actually dropped a comment on Facebook. He said, "What up?" So, he says hello to everybody. I'm just kind of biding my time because I don't know if ZIGG Madison is going to be able to get up on here. I'm just gonna guess that he's not. So I am going to do my best to play some music here. We'll just keep it moving with some new Grapetree material. This song is called Prisoners by Gifted the Flamethrower off of his album Street Symphony. I hope you like it.
Rise and shine. Roll call. You are now the property of me.
Prison. State your name.
It's K9. I'm from everywhere USA.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'm glad you got to figure that out. We were just playing some music to kill the time here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Well, I apologize for that. The
It's
inconvenience.
no problem. We kind of
My
roll with the
first-
punches here, so we're good.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we played Dark Side while we were waiting for you, and so everybody got a taste of some of your work as of late. Are you working on anything else more recent than that?
Yes, sir. I actually put out a single recently called "Born Killer," like one of the songs I put out. Dark Side was, was something I did pre Grapetree. But I put out a recent single on Killer post new Grapetree. So I got a single called "Born Killer" out on all streaming platforms right now. Yeah, y'all can check that out.
Cool. Where can we find that? Is it up on Spotify or on your Bandcamp or anything like that?
Yes, sir. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms we stream music at. So that's where it's at. It's been out for a while now. So
okay, cool. Well, is it on SoundRebellion.net?
No, sir. Apparently that on Rebellion. It's not on there for some reason. No, but it's not on.
Okay, I'm looking for it now. That's what I'm doing right now. Hang on.
I still ain't figured out Sound Rebellion, how that works yet. So.
From what I've been able to tell, it's kind of like a Bandcamp thing, but specifically for us. This is it sells physical product, and I guess with Bandcamp, you have to link the physical products from another site to Bandcamp in order to sell it on that.
Okay.
So you said the name of the song was Born Killer, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I think I found it here. Hang on. Let's see if I got it. Be nice if I turned the volume up so people could hear, right? All right.
Yes, sir.
This is Born Killer by ZIGG Madison. Nice. I like the DJ essence you got there.
Hey, yeah. Born killer, opposite of a born winner. Remember I used to eat Roman noodles for dinner. Walking in the sinful flesh.
Yeah, got the Biggie reference. That's tight.
Younger bang twos. Born sinner was on the road to destruction. Is leading by the lust I was flushing. It seems corruption. Moving different is power in the period. It's going on at these scriptures, but we gotta live it. Denying itself could be a struggle. You gotta call.
Okay, I won't play the whole thing, cause you gotta go and stream it for yourself. Shameless plug.
Bless. Appreciate.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. I like that you put the DJ element in there. It's something that's kind of slept on sometimes, and so that's cool that you put that in there. I appreciate that. Being a DJ myself, so
yes,
the turntablism is much appreciated.
I knew you was gonna appreciate that because I'm real big on pop, the essence of hip hop. So I'm real huge on that. Where I think a lost art as far as music in general, like Christian music, Christian rap. I think it's a lost art. It goes down to the lyrics and bars. And me being from Virginia, I grew up in that era where it all matters what you were saying, more or less, book and everything. So I kind of try to take it back to that on Killer. I just go back to the basis of how I was brought up on, and then the fact being huge, Notorious B.I.G. I felt like it was right when I heard the beat. Big like one of my biggest influences and why I wanted to start doing it in the first place. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was huge. I remember reading his interview in The Source when he first came out and signed with Bad Boy, And it actually kind of threw me off because I was like, I never heard like an MC be like, "Oh, I'm just about to get, just about getting the money," and like he was all about getting all this money. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of whack. But then I seen like everything that he did. I was like, that's actually kind of fly though. The way he did it. And then I bought his album, and the whole thing was just sick, cover to cover. And yeah, he was a big influence on me too, as far as beats go. But yeah, the other day I was just listening to, actually it was yesterday, I was listening to LL Cool J. I was listening to Run DMC, and just having this kind of old school kick. And I was like, man, nobody makes this stuff no more. It's not like the, like it doesn't have the same swing that Run DMC had. And I remember the footage, looking at them, how they recorded that like one person would stand on one side of the mic, then the other person would be on the other side of the mic, and they just go back and forth like live like that. And I'm like, man, I wonder how many albums have been done like that since then, you know what I mean? And it was really fun to listen to again. So yeah, no, I totally appreciate the whole, hip hop roots vibe, going back to things. And I'm just realizing I promised somebody some Lil Rascal, and then you jumped on. So sorry.
No, it's sorry.
I appreciate you, Ronnie. My bad. Andrew. My bad. I will play some old school Lil Rascal on the radio show. How about that? That'd be awesome. Hey, if you haven't checked in, you guys, go to newgrapetree.com, because that has the link to the magazine, that has the Sound Rebellion stuff. You can get hooked up there, like the little ticker tape says on the bottom here. If you upload your music, you can start selling music right away, just like you can with Bandcamp. But it's a little bit more streamlined with soundrebellion.net. I wanted to get into these questions that I got for you. I actually woke up this morning and I was like, man, I ain't never done no interview before. How am I going to do this interview? And I realized back from language arts class that the questioning that I'm going to use is based upon a lesson that I learned in that class. And it's the who, what, when, why, where, and how thing. So I wrote a bunch of those types of questions. So I'm gonna spitball them to you as I get them. So first off, for everybody that doesn't know, who are you?
Okay? That's very straightforward.
Pretty general, yeah.
Well,
what's your name?
Actually, my actual name is Ontarian Hart, like Kevin Hart. Like,
okay.
I literally
Any relation?
I wish, you know what I'm saying? I get asked that all the time. Like, I wish you was some kid, but I just say he an uncle. Kevin Hart, my uncle, but I kind of just joke around. I'm a huge Kevin Hart fan.
Right.
But a little bit, but about me, originally from New Virginia. ZIGG, I would say ZIGG Madison in a nutshell is that loves the Lord. I love God with everything that's in me. I try my best to live a life pleasing for His eyesight. I'm an avid sports fan. I love to eat. I love to work out, and I'm also a lover of music. I'm very honest. I'm a very honest individual. I try to live my life like that, even before I gave my life to the Lord. I've been the type of person that always try with myself before I could be honest with somebody else. Because at the end of the day, I got to look myself in the mirror, and whatever I say, I got to know that it's truthful, and honest. So I try to live my life that way. Like I said, I grew up in Virginia. I'm also a lover of music. I love music, and that's kind of for real, I'm not too complex. Some people may say that, but I'm a very simple man that knows the Lord and try to do everything I can in music and everything in life. So
Cool. That's a good base here. Let's see. Let's ask this one. What are some artists that have influenced you? / what are some artists that you've been finding yourself listen to lately?
talking about like just period and
Just period. Just music in general. It doesn't have to be hip hop.
Well, honestly, man, I haven't really, I don't really listen to a lot of gospel. I mean, Christian rap. I don't listen to a lot of Christian hip hop. Honestly, I listen. To be real, I go to a lot of secular. To be honest, because what's been going on in hip hop, I can't get what I need in Christian hip hop, so I stopped. So, but what I need, honestly, is I listen to, like, the things I really need in music. I listen to a lot of older Christian rap. I would say, Lil Rascal, for one, I listen to him a lot when I need certain stuff. Before New Grapetree, I listen to a lot of older Grapetree artists. I listen to Flame, the Truth, Bizzle, and my cousin put me on a guy called Yo. So I don't even listen to a lot of current stuff that's going on with Christian hip hop. When I do listen to some current, it will be secular. And a lot of people may look at that and turn themselves at it, but I'm just an honest person about it. I used to be I didn't listen to secular music. Well, I wouldn't say mainstream.
Right.
The mainstream music. Because I don't get what I in the current state of stage right now. Real with you.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I know that when I listen to music, if I were to limit it to just gospel music or Christian music or whatever, then I'd be limiting myself quite a bit, because there's a lot of stuff that I listen to myself too, and it's interesting that those are the artists that you name as some old school stuff, because I was like, oh man, he's gonna be listing some ETW and some you know what I'm saying, like PID and I don't even know if you've heard of those, but I was thinking old school. It's like,
No,
he's gonna pull out.
No, I never heard of them, but I just feel like with the like, for me, since we're on the topic, I just really believe in giving people their flowers. Like, I really think that, as far as like people that paved the way for for gospel rapping, or whatever it's called now. I consider myself as a gospel rapper because that's where my foundation came from and who inspired me as far as in gospel rap. As the Lil Rascal, Real people, that cross me. So many people inspired me. I would classify myself as a gospel rap. And when I need what I need in music, I listen to a lot of older acts. You can tell doing the music, the anointing was there, and you could tell that they came from a pure place. It wasn't that they had a lot of money. You could tell some of them came straight from off the street into the mic, and a lot of times that comes from a pure place. When you're just a novice at everything, because when I listen to like my first album that I ever done, I feel the anointing from the music that I did from where I was then to how I am now. It's like the purest form from your heart. The music at the purest form brings the anointing, and I can feel that through music. Like I feel it from Groove. I feel it from Language or Rascal, Dizzle, like even some of the earlier acts of Lecrae. I feel the anointing from older music. You know what I'm saying? Even album is a song that Mr. Rio made back in the day that I could attest to. It was called Temptation from
Yeah.
that album. But that's what ministers to me to this day. It's like the older music. I get what I need with gospel rap. I don't get that rap today. It's more of a surface type music. It's all about who makes the best, who makes who got the best, who got the most strength, the hardest, this and the third. And I ain't with all that. Just keep me out of that. Don't like that's why I don't even associate myself with Christian hip hop. I just like I'm not like I'm a gospel rapper because I speak about the things of God and I continue to keep it that way. And there's nothing against CHH. It's no slight on nobody. I salute anybody that's doing it, but I just chose not to associate myself with that certain, you know.
So just a little bit of housekeeping stuff here. Your connection is kind of choppy, so people are kind of missing what you're saying a little bit. Is there anything going on in the background that's cutting you off, possibly, or
it could be where I'm at because where I live, even
that
with my
sounds more solid.
Okay, it could be where I'm at because even with my wife, I guess I'm in a bad my apartment where I'm at. I'm in a bad place apparently because even with the Wi-Fi, it's be kind of like.
Okay, we'll work with it. Okay, next question. Let's keep that line of thinking here. So, when did you give your heart to the Lord? Like, tell us the story of when you decided to make the decision to do gospel hip hop versus doing secular music.
I would say when I gave my life to God, September 6th, 2009. So I'll never forget. I'm trying to narrow down the story back at that time. I had just moved to Tulsa. That's where I'm at. I currently reside. So I moved to Tulsa because I wish where I was homeless. And my mother, I rest her soul, she passed on February 2nd. She called my father in Oklahoma, and she told me, like, your son is home. You know, you need to reach out to him. So mind you, he calls me, and I end up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 2 years prior, I was still trying to do what I was doing. I was still trying to gang bang because get money. That was basically my whole mind. I got a girlfriend while I was up here, and she was a church girl, which she was in a backslidden state, but she still had a foundation in church. And with me being who I was, I was verbally abusive to her. I didn't treat her right. I was just kind of on the wrong. And I would say God her to get me cry out to him. But she broke up with me, and when she broke up with me, that broke my heart. Like she just got fed up with my nonsense. During those 2 years of me dating her, I would go to church where I'm a part of now, called Powerhouse Temple Deliverance. I would start a church. The motto is where God is in the building. I just want to plug that in there. But I would go to that church. God will always speak to me through my pastor. Will always tell me God had a plan for my life and the third. But when she kicked me out, that really rocked my core, and I was basically back to square one. I'm having no place to stay, not having back to square one. me moving to Oklahoma. And when I was staying at one of my brothers, that was part of the church. I was on the couch and I just cried out to God. Told God, like, man, get me to the situation. And I'll just serve days, like give my life to. I just live for. At that point, I was just tired. I was just tired of the world. I was tired of the world was offering, and it was just like, man, just changed my life. And so, and that day was September 2009. And from that point, been hands on for the Lord.
So, have you always done your music for the gospel, or have you ever done secular music at all?
Man, actually, I didn't really make a lot of music when I was doing mainstream. I did one project with a friend of mine got the Tulsa, and we did a joint album. And in the middle of us doing the album, God came into my life, and we was planning on well, he actually started the album, but in the middle of us recording the album, we was like 14 tracks in. We were gonna try to do like 24 tracks, and God came into my life. I had went to him and I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "Look, I done gave my life. I can't keep making this album no more. I can't make that type of music anymore because I gave my God. So what I do is, I just don't feel like necessary." And I wasn't even rapping. I just told him I wasn't going to do music no more for do that type of music. He was just like, "That's fine, but I'm gonna still put the album out though." Like, all right, cool, fine, yeah, that's fine. So I didn't start off doing gospel rap, and I actually started doing it. I say 4 months after I gave my life to the Lord, because, like I said, I was inspired by Lil Rascal. I would hear him all the time, even before I even got sick. My dad would play him all the time, and I used to always be like, "Oh man, who is this?" He said, "It's Lil Rascal," and I would listen to him all the time, and I used to just be like, "Man, this is so dope." He got it, and it's raw and it's real. So hearing his music inspired me, and if he could do it, I would too, because
Nice.
it sounded too dope. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, everybody has a different story about how they started to, get into the gospel music. Sometimes it was, from the jump they were like that. Sometimes it took this big old long process of revelation and all that type of stuff. So I always like to ask, how did your story start? There's a question here by Aaron Campbell. That's for you, I think. Would you ever do a song with rapper Dayton Barrios, Bria Miles Bryan, Trail Craig James, Aaron Aaron Esquivel, Antoine Hill?
Honestly,
do you know who those people are?
Dayton,
I know who Dayton is.
I've heard of them. Don't get me wrong, I've heard of them. But my thing is, would they do a song with me?
Right.
That's the question. That's the question you need to ask, because I don't mind music with people that's about gospel, Jesus Christ. But those names that his name are big names. So the question is, would they do a song with me? Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind with none of them. Real Miles, I know vaguely about her. I knew a little bit about her, but I don't know too much. And with Aaron, I know a little bit about him. With those other cats, I know a lot. I would love to do a song around Trejo. I feel like, shout out to him. I love his music. Ryan Trejo, I love music, man, because his music is basically the sentiment of my heart. So I love, man. Shout out to Brian. He got an awesome story, for real. Like I love his music. I would love to meet him and let them know the ministry is powerful. It's very
Nice.
powerful.
Who's the one person as far as secular gospel, no boundaries, past, present, future? Who would be your dream artist to work with for one song? One song.
Past, present. It would honestly, man. I got so many. But you tell me I got to name one. I got
Just
so
one.
many. Okay, I can name one. I would say Big. If he was Biggie, if alive,
Biggie. Okay.
I would say Big. If he was alive, I would say, because the man is. I felt like he didn't accomplish what he was set to accomplish, and I feel like he definitely had a call, a gift on his life. I wish he would have did more for the Lord. Don't get me. I wish he would have did more for God. It just didn't happen. I feel like if we would have did some music together, that would have been a dream come true. It really would have. It would have been a dream come true.
Yeah. I can definitely understand that. I mean, I always wonder, because the rap game is it's like constructed by the industry, like they portray whatever they want you to portray is what you portray. And sometimes that kind of leaves out the spiritual aspect of an artist's career. And I kind of wonder how like Tupac was as far as his faith goes, as far as Biggie goes, the greats, Big Pun, everybody that's passed already. I'm like, first thing I think about is like, oh man, I wonder if they had a relationship with God. I have no idea. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wonder that stuff, because all you see is all you see, right? So knowing them as people, like the only people that really knew that type of thing, I'm assuming, were the people that were close to them. And I mean, it'd be really cool to get to know pretty much anybody within the industry, in my opinion, just to know them better enough to know, where they stand, where their faith is, where their heart's at, and all that stuff. That's one of the major reasons why I got into doing Christian gospel music or anything, whatever to begin with, is just to develop relationships with people and see how I can, talk to them, influence them, or meet them where they're at, pretty much.
Yes.
And so to be able to do that with Biggie, heck yeah.
Man, that would have been, man, that would have. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know if he would have probably even would get a song with me, because just how big he was. It's the fact that I don't even know if he was even Christian or gospel rap back then. Like, I don't even know if he was thinking about it, but just the fact of just how talented he was, and he did that for Christ, the influence that he had, just the influence he had on me as a kid. He died. I was 12, 11. I'm talking about I was 11 when he died.
I'm old.
So just do the math. Just do the math. When he died, I was 11.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to tell you how old I am. Just do the math. He was 11 when he passed. I mean, I was 11 when he passed, and I cried like a baby.
Oh, man.
I felt like I knew him. So.
What did he die in, 99?
No, he died in 97.
97, okay.
March 9th, 1997, I never forget.
Man, okay, so just to put things in perspective, I was getting married at 97.
Dang.
So you're like 12, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's ask another question. Let's see if we can get, let's see. So you've pretty much answered most of these. Here's one. I was kind of wondering what you would say to this. Why should people listen to your music? I always hate that question, so I figured I'd ask it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think my thing with that is why my thing is like you don't have to it. But my thing is if you I feel like people should listen to it because giving them medicine for their soul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them what helped me. That was the gospel of Christ. And the music is dope. I don't take away from the talent, but I'll be wanting people to listen to it because it's life changing. Really open their ear up, listen. It's life changing of anybody, wherever they are. And it's just for me, it's like people just gotta hear it. Like I want people to hear the message in it because I give them the gospel because the gospel want to save me. So I gotta give some what help me out. It can help you if you just take time and listen. It's like honestly, I try not to sell it. Like I try not to sell my sell. But at the end of the day, it's like you gotta hear it. You see it. You see the post. Listen, just listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gonna help you. Like if you just take time to listen, a lot of people back home that's not living stuff like that. They see the post. I'm like, just listen to it. It's gonna help you. You know.
Right.
You know I'm gonna give you. So listen to what's being said and receive it. Receive your help. It's right. You got a choice. If you have to.
So okay, so essentially you're like, listen to my music because it's dope.
No, it don't
deal with it because it's dope.
It don't work like that. It really don't. I'm back. I know it don't. The way it sounds.
No, because I mean that's what I would say. I mean every time I'm asked that question, I'm like, because I'm fresh. That's why.
But but just the thing is like how a lot of people a lot of people said why should I listen to music? My thing is I shouldn't have to sell anything to you. All I know is when you hear the music, it's gonna be undeniable. Like it's you can't deny it. And this is just not to me sound cocky or anything like that, but I can go with the best of in some of the big names that's out there, and that's just real talk. Like I can go with the best of that. I feel like what God has me for as a platform, where I can be content and work that from there. Once He see fit to elevate me, I'll be prepared for that one. So at the end of the day, like the quality of music put out is good as everybody else, and I can vouch for that for myself. The music is dope. It just gotta listen to it. Take time to listen to it. You gotta be in the right where it gotta be promoted right, and that on my end too. But the music is undeniably dope for the glory.
I mean, when I heard Dark Side, I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking sick. I don't know. Because, okay, to be a little honest, I don't think you know me that much or know about me other than like Grapetree stuff. But before all this, I was signed to Syntax Records, and like I was more into the whole East Coast boom bappy side of things, the underground. There was a period in my life during high school where I was like, if it's not hip hop, I'm not listening to it. Like, nothing. I wouldn't listen to rock, classical, jazz, nothing. Although most of the samples came from those styles and genres that I was listening to in hip hop. But if it wasn't in hip hop form, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't even give it the time of day. But so like when G Thing came out and Chronic and Doggy Style and all those albums started coming out, I mean, that was kind of right in the middle of the whole gangster thing. But I jumped in on that point and I was like, wow, okay, this is actually kind of dope. And so I heard of Grapetree, but I never was associated or like listened to a lot of them. I never owned a Grapetree album, but I heard of Lil Rascal and stuff. So like this whole style is like new to me. But when I heard Dark Side, I was like, ooh, that has some feeling to it, because that's what I listen to first now. That I'm not all, if it's not hip hop. I listen to feeling first. And Dark Side had this feeling that I still love it every time I hear it. When I played it on the beginning of the show, I was like, man, this song is so dope. And being a producer, I listen to beats first.
Yeah.
But then the lyrics matched. Can somebody pray for me? Like, man, we've all been there. And if we have not all been there, we have all been a liar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah, there's something special about your work, and I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of what you and Ras are putting together for your release. I don't know, are you doing a full like album, or is it going to be a series of singles, or like what's coming up for you and New Grapetree?
Yes, sir. I'm actually working on the album right now. I've talked with Raz. I've talked with him about it. You know, we're putting out an album. I'm actually the type of artist I'm a low writer, because it's like if I don't have nothing to say, I don't put nothing out. I gotta really have to say. Like, it's nothing against how music being consumed, and maybe I need to catch up at times, because I'm so different with. If I don't got nothing to say, I'm not about to put no music out, because some people just want to put music out to be heard. I'm the type of person, like, if I got something to say, put it out. So I am on the album right now. It's a slow process for me, but it is work. I'm working on an album right now, and it will be out on Grapetree.
How far along are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh no, sir. I'm just like 2 tracks in. 2 tracks left, and the album will be done. I'm got into to Raz and stuff like that. But one of them got him on it. I'm just gonna put him out. I'm gonna put him out. There's a track that we need to be working on for the album. So I don't mean it like that, but it is a track that we need to be working on for the album.
You talking about you and Ras, or you and me?
No, me and Ras.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you guys related?
No.
You call him Unc? What's Unc?
I call him Unc because I don't know if people. Yeah, I'm saying a Little Rascal. At one point, he was like Uncle Raz. Like, people in CHH know that's real fans of him. No, we call him Unc.
Okay.
So before I even met him, I was called Unc. Like, what's up, Unc? Like, he Uncle Raz.
See, that's something new. I ain't never known. I was on the other side of the industry. I didn't even know about Unc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raz, he Unc. So I call him Unc. Uncle Raz.
Nice.
Because he cool. literally real. In my heart, he my people.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Speaking of people, who in your personal life has been the greatest source of encouragement for you in both your career and your relationship with God?
That's so many. I would say in my. I'm gonna start with my personal life first. I really don't talk about personal life too much. Like, I'm really a private person. I don't really like when it comes to ball down. The person that really inspired me in my personal life, she done passed on. Mother, she died, and she was one of the main reasons why I made Darks, because when she died, it put me into a hole that I couldn't come out for a long time when she died.
Yeah.
But
No, that's all over that song. I could see that.
but yeah, I would say her and my uncle, as far as my personal.
Now your real uncle, not
Yeah, my real
Lil
my
Rap.
real uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, my uncle Janoah Austin. He was one of the big influences that inspired me. Whole Christ and all. Is like he's literally like my father, and he's still alive. God bless him. He's alive. My relationship as far as the Lord and personal life is my pastor herself, Apostle, Dr. Apostle Indiana. My godparents, Elder Walter Scott and Scott. Those as far as my spiritual walk and everything, they really helped me a lot, inspired me a lot, like that. So,
Good.
shout out.
It's important to have a good support system, and that sounds great. I'm glad you have that in your life, because quite honestly, not everybody does, you know. And the fact that you have people that you can go to for that type of stuff is intrinsically valuable, for sure, without a doubt.
Yes, sir. And I would say this, and I would say this too. Like, this is my album that I'm working on. A lot more open on this album than I was. Dark Side part of it, because I never really opened up a lot about my personal life and everything. But on this album, I'm getting into all that. People
Okay, so is that
real.
hard for you? Is that hard for you to do? Like, I mean, because if you're not, like, if you're a pretty private person, then it's a vulnerable place to put, you know, personal ideas and thoughts and concepts and theology and doctrine and like anything that you could be talking about in a public sphere, like an album. Is that scary to you? Because when I try and write, like, that's the first thing I think of. I'm like, oh man, what if, like, the reason why I always hold back from wanting to like preach or something like that is like, oh, what if somebody comes up and is like, well, that's wrong, and you said this wrong, and your theology's wrong here, and blah blah, you know. And is that scary for you too, or like, how do you handle that?
And you know what, when you said that, it's in reverse for me. Like, it's in reverse. It's not. It's more or less. I can care less if somebody think I'm preaching my music. I can care less. It's more or less my personal life, because in the beginning stages of I wasn't trying, but I painted like I was the Christian that had it all together. But honestly, like I said, more or less now that I had came, knowing that I'm flawed just like everybody else. I make mistakes, everybody else. My base, like a lot of my base of people that supported me over the years, those the supporters was the ones, honestly, just like me. Like the ones that really supported me, they just like me. They striving to do all they can to please God, but they have flaws, you know, and
sure, all of us do.
So I'm addressing that with this album. That's why the Dark Side was the start of it, because I never made a song transparent like that. But I realized when I'm more transparent like that and honest, that's the best music, because a lot of people dealing with the same thing. And just put some of the stuff you were saying, I got that dude. I didn't even know you were dealing with that. I dealt with the same thing. People that was sharing. Trust me, and I just like what I need to open up a lot more music as far as me as a person. Feel people don't know me as an artist. They know because of what I've told them.
Right.
And I'm giving them truth, which is the gospel, but at the same time, they don't know a lot of stuff that really be going on with me. And I'm putting a lot of my music this time so people can get a better understanding.
Nice. So when it comes to your creative process, you say you have like 2 more songs left to go and then the whole album's done. So how long does it typically take you to make a song, like on average?
It just depends. Like my creative process is like is I wouldn't say it's different. I just say like I could think of something and I'll write it down and put it on because I believe putting stuff on paper.
Yeah.
Like I still use composition book to write my rhyme. So what I'll do is I'm thinking of something or God give me something, I'm putting it in the book and I may just come back to it later. And then he'll give me some, I'll put some for later. And then sometimes stuck there and I'm just writing. So my process sometimes varies with different songs. Like it varies. Like, so it's not, I'm not that rapper that right? Because you hear that a lot. You hear that with a lot of artists like I don't write song. I don't write nothing that off top of the dome. I don't at that all. I wish I would. I can't lie. I wish I was that artist where I could come off the top and make a song for a hit. But I'm not that artist. I'm more or less I'm a thinker in what I'm saying. I want to make sure what I'm saying is verbatim in context.
There's so much going on in your head. How do you condense it down to one verse? 16 bars? Really? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
And that's the thing, like right now, it's and a lot of artists can understand, and you're an artist myself, so you can probably understand. Like right now, it's a bunch of words right now just going in my head as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's like it's like picking. It's like a puzzle. Like I'm putting words into a puzzle.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes together. And I think a lot of God does that. He sometimes I gotta pick like, oh, I gotta pick here, boom, 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 boom.
You know what that reminds me of is Night School with Kevin Hart. And the computer, the numbers come out of the screen, and he's just like,
yeah. It's kind of that in my brain. Like with a lot, even that's why I say music is like a gift and a curse. You can't turn it off. It's like it's always something to talk about. That's how it's with music. Like
same with making beats too. Like you'll be up in some kind of random restaurant, and you'll be like, oh, you hear that? That's a sample from what was it? And like you're sitting there going, you know, you can't turn that off either.
I believe it. It's like that's honestly my favorite really low to most people because I really gotta think about what I'm saying. Make sure it's in line with scripture.
Yeah.
Because I want to be in line with what God wants me to do. Because I can go off the gift. Don't get me wrong. Like I think a lot of people get that twisted. A lot of people, just to be real, a lot of people it's just going off gift. It's no anointing.
Right.
And it's no slight. It's slight on nobody. But it's just the truth. Like nowadays, it's no anointing. It's just you going off here.
It's interesting because the scripture that you're talking about says that your gift will make room for you, but it doesn't say how you'll perform once you get there. Right? So if you don't have the anointing and it makes room for you, then you're going to either burn out or... Oh, that's actually leading into one of my questions here. Let me ask this one. Hang on. Why do so many artists, in your opinion, seem to lose their faith in God, especially lately, publicly? You notice that?
Yeah.
I've noticed it over the span of my doing music or whatever. I've known like at least both hands full of artists that have just kind of fell off from their faith, right? Some of them are mad at the industry. Some of them got burnt by church. Some of them are too smart for God. Some of them just straight up became atheists. Why do you think that type of stuff is happening?
I would say straight up it's the enemy at work because And that very vague, but it's the enemy because I feel like ain't no way a person can be that entrenched in God and then all of a sudden fall off. And it's a process in everything. Like it's a process with backsliding, it's a process with coming to Christ. So at the same time, it was a process for them to get there. But some people don't realize it because they pick up the red flags. But it's a process to that. And I've seen it myself with certain artists that fell off. Wow, really? But because when you're not in personal life, you don't know.
Right.
And that's
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
can't
Like
see everything that's going on around them at
you
all.
don't. So that's the thing. You only base it off the meat that is given you. So it was a process, and all I can say at the end of the day, it was the enemy that got them to that point. They just fall out the faith. Because
Yeah.
when God really saves you, like when He really grabs your heart,
Ain't going
you ain't
back
going
on
you
that.
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. No matter what happens, I mean, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
But
well, listen, man, it's been over an hour,
damn.
and these are supposed to be an hour. So sorry. We'll have to link up a little bit later on. Let me ask you a couple more questions real quick though, because I wanted to get them out of the way. Where do you record? Do you have like a studio you go to?
Yeah. I was going called Workhouse Studios. I based out here in Tulsa, but now I got my own setup. Now I actually got my own setup at my home, so that's cool.
Okay. So you kind of do the at home, then run into the studio and
when I need
touches on and stuff. Okay.
Yep, you're right.
Gotcha. Right. All right. So those two questions are gone. We actually got through pretty much all of the questions. What advice would you give to up and coming artists, both secular and Christian?
Well, my the artist is be authentic. Be authentically you. Don't try to be with yourself.
We already got a Jay-Z. We already got a Tupac. We already got all the.
Got a Little Rascal. We already got a Flame. We already got all. There's nothing wrong to be found, but be yourself.
Right.
And for artists, and I say this for the artists that's doing gospel Christian rap. Make sure your heart, soul search yourself.
Yes.
Like if you get into this music because you want to be famous, you in the wrong industry.
Won't happen.
If you get in this industry, try to be they make money, you're in the wrong industry. Because even some of the highest stream artists, Christian rap, whatever, don't a lot of money. Unless you look crazy or you NF, you ain't making a lot of money. But if you gonna get into this thing, make sure your intentions to get the gospel out. Whatever your intention is, make sure it's pure and right before the Lord. Because God will expose you.
Yes, that is true, and you will most likely be disappointed. And,
exactly. And I've been doing this thing since 2009. I feel like I'm far from where I need to be as far as in my platform. But I feel like my desire to please God is above all that.
Right. So that's good advice. I like that. I'm glad you said that because I think that there's, sometimes a little bit of a false expectation or an unrealistic, unmet expectation within the Christian hip-hop, gospel hip-hop industry because, NF might be making a full-time living on this, KJ maybe, Lecrae, but unless you're like just by Christian hip-hop standards just blowing way up, like more than 98% of the people that do this are not going to be that successful.
They making that money. They really not.
They're not. And so to expect that, I think there's a lot of people that have their hearts in the right mindset and stuff like that, and that's great. But to the ones that don't, man, be careful. Be careful,
Yes,
dude, because you will get angry.
Yes,
I'll just
Lord.
put it like that. You'll get angry. All right, man. Well, it was good catching up and meeting and introducing and all that stuff. This is ZIGG Madison right here, you guys. ZIGG Madison, new Grapetree recording artist. We're playing his song Dark Side on the station. Once we get that back up and running, it's temporarily down for the moment. But, man, I'm looking forward to that album, bro. That's going to be awesome. I'm glad you're only 2 songs away. But, of course, you know, take your time. You don't want to rush those songs just to get done. But, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir. Shout out Grapetree fam, new Tree. Shout out to Ali Cross, Lil Rascal, 520. If I'm missing somebody, man, forgive me because it's few of us. Shout out to my DTS family, Data Self movement. Shout out to everybody at Data Self. Shout out to my PNB family, my church family. It's a lot of them too. So I wanted to put that out there. Shout out to God.
Cool. Yes. And I shut down my questions. Did I? Oh, wait, no. How can people interact with you? Last thing we'll ask. Do you have like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that?
Yes, I got. Yes, sir. I have all the forms. It's Zig. Everything Zig. I'm really not hard. It's as you see it. It's ZIGG Madison. Every Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm just
Cool.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I just started TikTok. I really can't stand TikTok, but I started
I can't do
it.
TikTok, man. It's a little bit too racy still.
Yeah.
When it become a little bit more corporate, maybe.
Yeah, it's I ain't really feeling it because I'm talking with
right
for music industry. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Well, yeah, everybody look them up. Also, for everybody that tuned in, everybody that's looking afterwards, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you guys. My name is Nickels Hawkeye, and you're listening to, or you just listened to, the new Grapetree Podcast. God bless you guys. Peace.